The north suburbs of Brisbane. Some would argue that it's the better side of the river to live on and be on, but is that true? In this video, as a professional buyer's agent and property investor, I'm going to be sharing with you my thoughts on a suburb by suburb basis as to where value looks like as an owner occupier and an investor looking in the market today in terms of today's prices. We're going to be going through realestate.com.au, looking at recent sales, and I'll tell you where I see value and what we're doing for clients buying in that north side of Brisbane. If you get value out of these videos, I'd really appreciate it if you like the video and subscribe down below, and head over to purposeproperty.com.au if you are looking for a Brisbane-based buyer's agent. We'd love to help you buy your next property in Southeast Queensland. Now let's dive into it. So we are on the infamous realestate.com.au, and we're going to be looking at Brisbane, specifically the northern region today into this video, because Brisbane's going to probably need to be broken up into 3 or 4 videos because it is the heartland of Bris Vegas, Bris City, and there's a lot of houses to look at. We're going to be looking at sold listings for houses only today. That's largely what we're buying in the buyer's agency. We're going to be starting with minimum block sizes around that 300 square meters because we don't want to probably look at anything smaller than that, and we're going to take it on a suburb by suburb basis. The other thing we need to do is look at houses sold in the last 3 months. And that is it. Now, Brisbane City Council ends here at Strathpine. So instead of the region, we're not going to be looking into Moreton Bay. I'm doing a separate video on Moreton Bay, but specifically the areas I'm going to talk about today are between Brighton up here on the north side, down to Brisbane City itself and the valley and the heartland here. And we'll talk about these other areas and to the west and the south and the Bayside in the future. But today we're going to be focusing on this northern pocket from the city and north up to that Brighton region. We'll start from the top and we'll work our way down. So the border between Moreton Bay and Brisbane is located here, and Bracken Ridge is one of the most northern suburbs in Brisbane City. If we start off filtering by price, I just want to have a look at $1 million for houses and see how many properties we lose. And straight away you can see how few properties are actually selling sub $1 million in these regions in the last 3 months. There's a cluster of sales here in Deagon, which is flood ridden. And there's a few sales in here in Zilmere and Tagum, but they tend to be on smaller blocks. Yep, 990 on a smaller block or main roads. So an absolute main road there. And that's why they're sub $1 million. If we bump that up to around 1.2, the next thing you'll see is, a lot more houses come on the market, but still in that Brackenridge, Fitzgibbon, Aspley, Geebung, Boondall region. We get a cluster of sales in Stafford, Everton Park, Wavell Heights and Northgate, but you can see this middle ring here is a lot less sales frequently, and this is Moreton Bay actually in the Hills District, and there's more coming in at 1.2. Now let's bump that up to 1.4. And bang, you're seeing a lot more sales now. So in the buyer's agency, a lot of clients buying with us in this ring here are spending between 1.2 to 1.5. More clients buying a little bit further out are spending between 1.1 to 1.3 to buy in these areas at this point in time. Finally, let's bump it up to 1.6 or 1.8 million. Go 1.6. They're starting to get Kedrons and Wavell Heights and Nundas coming in, and then we'll punch it up to 1.8 million. And then now you can start to see the inner city, the Gordon Park, Kalingas, Nundas, Clayfields, Hendras really start to drop in at the $1.8 million price range. And of course, if we flip the script and look at sales the other way, north of 1.8 million, it'll be very telling as to what the most expensive suburbs are here on the north side of Brisbane. And look at that. In particular, you've got Hamilton, Clayfield, Hendra. There's some great schools here, Clayfield College. Houses are going north of 1.8 million regularly. Alderley, you've got Windsor, a very popular area. Kelvin Grove, where I've got property, selling 2.2 million. Ashgrove, Paddington, Barden, Hurston, all in the north of the river here, all selling north of $1.8 million at this point in time. So really interesting to see these sales. Like Red Hill, 2.1, just sold on the 29th of November. And I'm planning on selling one of my properties in Kelvin Grove, and we're probably getting close to that 1.8, 1.7 million plus. We'll see how that goes. I'll keep you guys posted on that over time. So if you're an investor and you want to break into Brisbane, you probably need to look at the budget as your starting point. And so if we're going to be buying on the outer edge of Brisbane, you're going to be buying in areas like Brackenridge, Brighton, Sandgate, and Shorncliffe. Now, Sandgate and Shorncliffe are going to be much more expensive. They're scarce right on the peninsula. They're going to be selling for, 1.5, 1.7, $2.6 million. Whereas you can buy in areas like Brighton for $1.1 to $1.4 million. A house like this in Brighton is very much what we buy in the buyer's agency for a lot of clients. If you had a $2.5 million budget, you might buy 2 deals at $1.3 million because you're going to get spread of your scarcity. You're going to own more land and ideally get a higher land value overall. Yes, you're going to have 2 sets of rates and water and tenants and all those things. But from a yield point of view and a diversity point of view, a lot of our buyers who buy multiple deals with us will do 2 deals at 1.3 or 1.5 rather than do 1 deal at 2.5, depending on the client. Unless you're an ultra high net worth, then you may be better off just buying the single $2.5 million property. Houses like this look great. You can see it's got some access down the side. It's a raised home with a bonus area underneath that's not legal height. Good block. You can see the space out the back here looks great. And then a decent sized home. So for $1.1 million on a good block size, on a good street from the looks of it. Now, this may be a little bit busy, so you'd have to check that in person. But you can see you'll be able to do a granny flat out the back here with parking down one side. And so these are kind of opportunities you could look at. I know that this area likely floods, and so that's probably why it's 1.1. So just be very wary of that in areas like Brighton. Look at your flood maps, check with Brisbane City Council. Don't buy in the floodplain. That might be why that is a little bit lower than some other sales. Yeah, you can see other sales here. $1.8 million now, 972. This is up on the hill. So this would be far more what I would want to buy. On a corner block, needs a bit of work. Yeah, it needs a reno, but that's a good buy. Yeah. That's a Luke deal right there. For sub $1 million in Brighton, that's a cracking deal in December 2025. Now, you've got to have the skill and the money and the know-how how to execute on deals like this. But this is where we as buyers agents can help people find and source the right opportunities. And that's what I'd be looking at on the north side. We bought recently for clients in the last 6 months in Bracken Ridge, a great area, great schools. Now prices are getting into that 1.2 mil plus. So there's a lot of houses now going for a lot of money. And you can see the exterior is nothing pretty here. The interior is quite nice and modern. Sanded floors, painted walls, a new kitchen, well presented, nice backyard, and an interesting exterior there as well. As we come south, you've then got locations like Tuggham. I always get people think I say that wrong. That's fine. Tuggham, Boondall, Zillmere, Aspley, Castledine, Fitzgibbon, Bridgeman Downs. This is kind of that starting area. If you're going to break into Brisbane and you've got a bit more money, this is going to be your 1.2s. So you can see 1.2 here in Zillmere, 1 million in Boondall. I really like Boondall. I think it's a great area to buy. Like this sale we were tracking in the buyer's agency. We didn't buy this one. Now, not that long ago, you could buy this deal for closer to the $1 million mark. Now they're selling closer to 1.2. Great deal, honestly. We looked at this in the buyer's agency. This is what we do as buyer's agents. We look at deals like this. Great, tidy home. It's got a raked ceiling line, modern kitchen, modern bathrooms, good backyard, big block. It was a big block with good frontage. Now, this was less so to do a granny flat, but we really just like the block size and the value of the land and that it had huge frontage. So in 5 to 10 years, you could potentially knock down this home and get 2 blocks, or you could do a smaller granny flat in the meantime if you wanted to boost your yield. And Boondall's got the train line. It's got the entertainment centre here as well, if I switch to map view. It's also got Nudgee College as well. So great location for my money would be that Boondall region. Then you got Zillmere and Aspley and McDowell. Zillmere is very popular at the moment. A lot of renovated homes. We looked at this one again in the buyer's agency. It went for too much money. So 1.33. We were probably looking at this at 1.25 to 1.3 million in the buyer's agency. We missed out on this one with Sold Property selling it. Great deal in Zillmere. Now, Zillmere is being gentrified. It's an area that's had a rougher reputation, but being gentrified a lot at the moment and really coming up in terms of price point. Now we move into that getting closer to the city. So you can see we've kind of gone through 3 layers. Bracken Ridge, Brighton. Then we move into layer 2 at Boondall, Zillmere, Aspley, Bridgeman Downs. Layer 3 here is Everton Park through to Banyo, and layer 4, the final layer, is those inner city between Alderley, Gaythorne out to Hendra. Now, this is where a lot of our investors will buy blue chip assets. So rather than buying in a Gaythorne or Hendra or Clayfield for $2 million plus, $1.8, $1.9 million, $2.9 million, we're far more likely to buy with clients for 1.5 in Everton Park to Northgate. And I think this is where a lot of the owner-occupiers will want to be, but you can still get value for money. For example, we buy on Chermside West a fair bit, Chermside, Northgate, Banyo. You've got to be wary of the train lines, the commercial properties. If I switch to a map view, you'll see here, that's where your Northgate, and Banyo, there's all your commercial property, and you've got the airport runways here as well. So you just got to be wary of that. They're perpendicular to the airport runways, which is good. So you don't get as much airport noise as people might think. You actually get tons more airport noise over Eagle Farm and areas like Morningside and Balmoral on the south, would you believe? And even Ascot, Hendra does have some airport noise because of the way the flight paths work. So I would probably stick more to this central band. And I would be I bought in Everton Park. So I used to have an investment property with Emily just here on Leach Street, right near the State School. So that was a really blue chip purchase. If I'm an investor, I'm buying deals like this, 610 square meter block, under $1.2 million. This is a shack. So if you've got another 200 grand, you'll get a lot more home. I can see here that it's got Super 6 asbestos roof. This is a knockdown, really. A very basic house. It'll rent for $750 a week, $800 a week, and you're paying 1.2 mil to get into it. So maybe you want to get something a bit nicer than that, spend a bit more money. You could spend up to 1.5, but that's a 2-bedder. Oh my goodness, Kedron is getting expensive. I would probably be looking for something around that 1.3. That's a bit neater. Yeah, so this is a better balance of things. It's got a tiled roof, a clad veneer or clad exterior. No photos of the inside, so it could be very rough. But for 1.3, that's kind of the target price range. Again, rough houses at that money. So you're probably looking around that 1.2 to 1.6. 1.6 is going to get you a more finished property. 1.2 is going to be more a starter property. And I reckon that sweet spot would be around that 1.3 to 1.4. A deal like this, where you've got a brick veneer, the house is fine, it's tidy, could be renovated and upgraded. You're entering around that $1.3 million. You can see the bathroom's great, neat and tidy, nothing to do there. This is a great deal. This is the type of deal we do in the buyer's agency. Brick veneer, high set home, good backyard. That's what you're going to get for around $1.3 million in Stafford Heights. So that's the kind of area that I'd be buying, and that's the kind of price point that I would focus on in that range between Banyo out to Everton Park. Closing in on the inner city, that's where you're going to need that 1.5 mil plus, and the sky is the limit. You can spend 1.5 mil in Grange and get a busy road and a starter property on, yes, it's a bigger block, but I'm not buying on Days Road. It's super busy. Or you've got 2.8 million bucks, and this is where the owner occupiers are buying. Brand new builds, smaller blocks, spending a ton of money to get a city view. Most people aren't buying these as investments. This is where people are sinking their owner-occupied money. And so if you've got that kind of money and you want to buy blue chip assets, you're going to be in the ultra high net worth already. And so most of the people who I'm talking to aren't buying those $2.7 million deals. They're going to be doing deals around that 1.5 or multiple deals at 1 to 1.5. So for my money, I would be buying in that third tier. So if we're talking about 4 tiers, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll be buying in that third tier if I'm looking for more blue chip assets with a lower yield. I'll be buying in that second or first tier if I'm looking to lower the price and increase the yield. The sweet spot's probably between the second and third tier suburbs, so Aspley, Boondall, avoiding probably Fitzgibbon on the smaller blocks and Castledine. Going down towards Northgate, a G-Bung's a great area. And if I can buy deals at $1.1 to $1.4 million like this, that's the kind of deal that I'd be looking for as a buyer's agent. You're not paying the ultra premium. You're getting great block sizes, a good house, and good value at the end of the day on 600 square meter plus blocks. And this is a very recent sale here. So there are so many suburbs on the north side of Brisbane, but hopefully this has given you a realistic view of every suburb on the north side of Brisbane. I know I probably haven't mentioned every single one verbatim, but it gives you a great idea of those 4 layers as I see it as a buyer's agent, where we're spending money with clients between that $1 to $1.6 million range, what the owner occupies by, $1.8 million plus, and the regions that you can buy for that value of money. If you're looking for a buyer's agent to help you buy in Southeast Queensland, then head over to purposeproperty.com.au. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Comment more and the area you want me to cover next. Do you want me to go through South Brisbane next, or the East, or do you want me to go through the Western Corridor? Let me know what regions you want me to cover that haven't been covered on the YouTube channel and that I can bring you value and insights. I actually really enjoy creating these videos and helping people along their journey. Whether they even sign up to the buyer's agency or not doesn't matter to me. It's all about helping people through the work that we do in the business and through the work that I do creating this content for you here on YouTube. So leave that comment saying more and the suburb you want me to cover next, and click this video here because that's the one YouTube reckons you should watch next. I'll see you in that video. Peace.